so next I think I'm going to work on these ducts for the heater. I'm going to hold off on the seats for a little bit now, just because I got a little bit of surgery. I had a bump removed off my face, so I really don't want to fatigue that too much. I don't want to tear it while the stitches are still in. And I can't put these vents in yet, so I'm just going to have to hold off because I don't have a wiper motor in here. And under here, that defrost duct covers up the wiper motor screws, so I have to wait for that. But in the meantime, I'm going to clean these up and maybe do a little bit of paint work on the metal stuff. I mean, this is not a cosmetic part because you never see it, but I just want to go over some of it, that way it's protected and it won't leak down or get anything else rusty inside the car. And then after I do that, I'll probably take out the heater core and start cleaning off these old seals. I called Chicago Corvettes about the wiper motor. They said they'll call me back, so hopefully that comes in soon so we can get that installed. I also ordered a speaker so I can get wiper motor, defrost vent, and the speaker in there, tighten that down, and I have a new heater core coming also. So once I get all those in, we can get that together, and I have a new seal kit right here for the heater box. So I cleaned up both the wide duct and the defroster duct, and it was pretty odd, but somebody spray painted this whole thing black, and I would have expected them to do that if they did a repair on it and they tried to hide it, but I think they were just trying to cover up the fact that these brackets are rusty, so they just painted the whole thing. That's fine. I got it for like, I think it was like 20 bucks at the swap meet, so which was a really good deal. Has a couple little chips on it, but that's nothing I can live. That's nothing I can't live with. So just let this dry, sand these, clean up these ends, and this guy cleaned up good. Just need to spray paint the metal on that. So while I let these guys dry, in the meantime, I'm going to start taking off the seal, and so I can get in here and take out the old heater core. Alright, so I got the retainer off and I got the heater core out, and it is the original core to this box. Where is it? Right there. It says 63D. This is Harrison. So that is real deal 63 Corvette heater core. I don't know if it's really important or not. I'm not going to use it, but here are the straps. I have to clean those up. And if you thought I was kidding when I talked about the fact that squirrels or chipmunks were storing nuts inside the engine for this thing, I wasn't kidding. Bunch of acorns and stuff. You should have saw the inside of the intake when we took the carb off. It was full of this, and when you took the intake off, it was full the whole way down to the valves with this kind of stuff. So, not good. So, I think I'm going to clean this up with a wire wheel or blast this just to get all this foam off. I got to get rid of all this crap and clean this up because those little chipmunks can do a lot of damage. Let's get all this cleaned up, dump it out in the garbage, and see what we have left to work with. So I sanded all the rust off the little brackets and the steel plates for the heater ducts and masked everything up, primed them and painted them. So let's unmask them and see what we got. So I'm cleaning up the inner heater box. I cleaned up the surface rust off of this and the little flapping door. I want to put new seals in here. So I'll play with, stay. So I'll play with that and see what we get. I'm going to put the gaskets in the heater box, the inside heater box, and then also in the outer one, and I have a heater core to go in my cleaned up brackets. So I'll start by putting seals in this, put the heater core in, then we'll put that in the car. We'll put the outside cover on. And I didn't clean up the blower motor yet. I can put that in once this is already in. And this will be a lot easier to put in if it's lighter and it doesn't have this motor in it. So that'll be an easy swap later. So let's get started on this. I have a couple seals set aside over there for that one. There's another one of these seals that goes on this cover, and then there is a round seal that goes for the blower motor. These two go to the heater core stem that goes, I guess it'll be on this cover also. It'll go on the back side of that. This seal is the old one, it's cut in half, so I need to split this one. So it goes at the end of that flapper. This seal looks like it just goes around this edge. This one goes on here. One of these sticky ones goes on that door. There's two of them, so I don't know if one goes on the inside or where the other one goes, but we'll figure it out. So there's a flap in the middle here that's kind of hard to get access to. But I had an extra one of these stick-on flaps, so I cut a little bit off and I stuck it on there because I couldn't get that old seal out. I think they sandwiched it between two pieces of metal, and you really can't get it apart unless you take those out, so that's really not worth it. So I got this seal on the door, this one down here with a weather stripping adhesive, and that one is another stick-on one. So now, spin him around. So now I'm going to clean off the rest of this old rubber. I'll put some new rubber down. I'll install the heater core in this bracket and put all that together. Alright, so tonight we had quite a bit of progress. So we got the wiper motor installed, and it looks good back here. It was a little bit of a pain to get to some of these bolts on the back, so I just stuck them through, and I used a pin. Once I got one started, I used a pin to get the other three attached. I had my hoses run over there, and then I have all the seals installed in the heater box and the inner and outer heater box installed. But the blower motor, which goes right there, isn't in yet. I have to restore that still, and I have to get the correct hardware here. So this is just temporarily mounted right now, so I'll just take those out one by one when I get the right stuff. So in here we have the inner box, which I never realized how tight they're working in here with the wiper transmission in the heater box. There's not a whole lot of clearance in there, so they used every bit of space back here they could. So I have the inner box in here. I have to figure out the routing of these cables and the stuff that needs to be moved around. And then I have this duct installed, the lower duct that goes to the driver and passenger side, and then the defrost vent is in. You can get a better picture now. So I'll get that other hardware. I'll clean up that blower motor and be good to go. That part will be done, and then it'll be on to the distributor. Yeah, and then I have to finish up windows. That'll be next. But I've been itching since I got back from Carlisle with the heater box to put it in. I've been waiting for this guy for a long time, so I'm really glad to get that in here and just keep chugging along. That's kind of been holding up progress, so no excuses. As soon as I got it back, I got it, I think Friday. It came in Friday, and today's Monday. Came Thursday or Friday, I don't remember which now. Came Thursday or Friday, and today's Monday, so got everything straightened up. Oh, my dad's been plugging away on these seats. I started the top. That's as far as I got, and he finished it, and he went crazy, and he did both bottoms and finished that top. We just have one back to do, so he's been killing it with that. So, and I have one vent window in. I need to loosen it and take out this back channel and snake the glass in, and then this door will be done. And then I need to finish polishing this vent window. So I have some time to put into this one. These are my old headlights from my G6. So we're getting there. This week we've made a lot of progress so far, so I'm pleased with that. I think I'd like to finish up these windows. Try to finish up power windows this week. Get both sides done. I think that would be a good goal. Heater done, get all the windows done, get the wiring in, and then I'll work on these regulators for the vent windows. Eventually I might order locks so I can get these keyed, and then door panels can go on at any time after that then. But I think that's going to do it for this time so far. Hope you enjoyed. If you did, please give it a thumbs up. We have a lot more going on with the split window and a bunch of other Corvettes. So I really appreciate if you stick around for some more videos. I got a lot to do, so I'll catch you later.